Welcome back, everybody. Topic number 2, AI. Allen Iverson, the answer. After a brief retirement, he's back in business, balling for the 76ers once again. Laps, tell me your feelings and your thoughts about that.
Well, the answer's back, but a lot of people have been questioning his integrity, his ability as a teammate, and, just his ability. A lot of people think, he's taking a step back. Some people think the man cannot help lead a team. I, on the other hand, personally, I think it's time for AI to step up to the challenge. You saw the look of determination in his face yesterday. The man was crying right here. He just wants a chance to win. These other teams right here, he walked away from the game because, he felt disrespected. And, as a man, forget about a basketball player. You want to feel wanted, whether it's your job, your woman, your family. This is his woman, family, job all in one. Basketball is his baby. And, for the chance for him to walk away from that right there, I knew he wasn't going to walk away. I'm glad that John Thompson stepped up to the plate. Another great coach, Larry Brown, stepped up to the plate and really, had to put his ego on the side right there and say, listen, AI, we know you could do this, but, you got to prove it to the league right here that they can give you a chance. And I'm glad that he got the chance to do it.
Rory, what are your thoughts and feelings?
Well, my thoughts kind of coincide with what Sam was saying in reference to AI still being able to get the job done. I still think he can go out and get you a solid 20 to 25 a night if put in the right position.
Is he the best all time under 6 feet?
Of course he is, but that's not even a topic of contention right here. The numbers speak for themselves. Scoring champion multiple times, former MVP, all-time leading scoring average in the Philadelphia franchise history.
Second all time in the finals.
Second of all time in the finals. I mean, the list goes on and on. We know AI can fill it up. We know he can get the job done. Bigger than that, I think he's definitely been dealt a bad hand here. I think it's not so much that they don't like AI, they don't
Look at
like
what he stands for, man. He's
exactly.
got the braids,
it's
the tattoos.
It's the image that he represents, or him as a person. So, I mean, everything, especially with the NBA, David Stern wants to paint the NBA to have this golden boy, clean cut, white collar corporate image, and that's just not what it is.
What about practice? We're talking about practice.
What about it?
Nobody is above practice and nobody is above the team. A man can carry the load, but he has to be able to share the basketball, which he doesn't do at times, which costs his team games. Yes or no?
If you look at the situation that
AI's the kind of guy that's like, yo, follow my lead. That's the way I see it.
Exactly.
He works hard.
Listen, when Kobe didn't share the basketball a couple years ago, he did not see nowhere near the type of scrutiny that AI has gotten throughout his career.
AI is an undersized 2 guard. The league is changing to where the guards are bigger and you need to be able to do more.
They changed the league.
Lost a step.
But they changed the league for the man. They put the zone in for the league for the big man, Shaq, and the littlest man of them all, AI. And if it wasn't for that, the league would still be hand checking and no zone defense. But for that right there, they had to evolve the game for him. And you're gonna tell me now they're gonna force him out of the game?
Not only that, pass the ball, share the ball, but the majority of his career he was playing with guys that couldn't get it done. He'd share the ball. He'd go. Let's say he goes 20 for 25 on the night. The rest of the team is going 20 for 40.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
or
mark
20 for 50.
What's the mark of a great player? The ability to make other people and your teammates around you better. Did he do that? As other great players have throughout the NBA history.
You have to also keep in mind that
I think he did. Who would have been on his team like Eric Snow? Would you ever heard of him going to the finals?
John Paxson.
Well, he did go to the finals with the Sonics. But
the ability to make other people better, you have to understand these players have to have some type of ability in the first place. And
they have ability there in the NBA.
Yeah, but not even when you look at these guys and their talent level versus the other guys that they're playing against on a night in, night out basis. Those 76er teams that were competing when Larry Brown was there, they were only relevant because of Coach Larry Brown and AI. Not because of these other guys.
I think, honestly, look at it. He's played the best players. You can name them on one hand. I'm going to tell you who they are. You got Kenyon Martin, Larry Hughes, Carmelo Anthony. You could say Dikembe Mutombo, but he's not an offensive player. and who else? Aaron McKee. Oh no, you could say maybe let's see, Rip Hamilton, but he put him on the bench. Look at who he's having here.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Jerry Stackhouse didn't do anything.
I think what the issue is, all of these guys know that AI is better than them, and they defer to him, and they say, listen, little guy, carry us. And when they don't, then they put the blame on him, the same way that the NBA's put the blame on him, the same way that Larry Brown, his coaches even blamed him. AI is a scapegoat for everybody, and he's such a big man that he could take the world, the weight of Philly on his shoulders,
just
the
because
NBA
of
on his
what
shoulders.
he represents.
And that's the whole
just
thing.
because he doesn't talk the way these guys would like him to talk, he doesn't look the way these guys would like him to look, and he kind of marches to the beat of his own drum.
Look, if it wasn't for AI, LeBron would not have no tattoos. Carmelo would have not had braids. Nobody would have had braids. No one would have any tattoos or anything. They wouldn't even look at him once, because prior to AI, you would look as a thug. You would not be able to do this. AI proved these people wrong.
Okay.
And from the time he crossed over Jordan until now.
And at the end of the day, I respect the man for nothing less or nothing more than just being able to challenge the status quo and not being afraid to speak his mind. And we've all seen the pattern continue throughout major sports in America. Those who speak out and speak their mind
Get scrutinized and taken out.
and hung at the stake.
Okay.
Barry Bonds.
Can we
Charles
look at
Barkley.
Can we look at it from a different perspective? If you're David Stern and you are owner of a business and you're trying to brand that business, and one of the most popular players is representing something that you're not trying to promote, how would you deal with that? Or how would you deal with that?
I do it the same way David Stern did. Try to blacklist him. But you can't stop AI. Don't ever forget that. And that's the whole thing right
Not
there.
only that, Mr. Stern needs to understand
Embrace it.
that you are not dealing with,
Normal people.
you're not creating widgets to sell in a store. You're dealing with people. People are not gonna always follow the same prototypical format. It's gonna change. My personality is different from your personality, is different from his personality. So that is what actually makes the NBA what it is. What makes it so great. Because you can look at a guy like Dwayne Wade and he comes off as one way. Then you look at Shaq, he comes off as another way.
Steven Jackson.
Kobe's
Ron
another way.
Artest.
And Tim Duncan is another way. So
Dirk Nowitzki, yeah.
instead of trying to
Keyhole, pinpoint.
or pigeonhole everybody into a certain segment or sector, embrace it for what it is.
It's a worldwide event, right? The NBA. That is the way it is. Hey, man. I mean, you know, what David Stern and the NBA don't want to really realize, and, you know, 80% of the NBA or 60% of the NBA is African American. African Americans generally can understand AI. And I don't want to sound like a racist here, but let's be realistic here. They've been put in the same position as him before, and they felt the scrutiny too. So I don't know where the scrutiny is
Not only
coming
that,
from.
some Caucasian people could understand him.
Yeah.
So it's not only a black.
Yeah.
thing.
Jason Williams for that matter. He was scrutinized too.
I'm sure there's many. There are many white people who can understand Allen Iverson. There are many that can't understand him. In that same respect, there are many black people that can't understand him because they have not came from the same walks of life that he has. So once again, instead of trying to pigeonhole everybody, respect it. Embrace the man for his difference.
And that's what makes the game beautiful.
Not only AI, but everybody else.
We're passionate about our AI talk here at the Den. AI, we expect big things out of you. Come back more motivated and hungry and show and prove to everybody why you're still one of the best players in the league. Until then, Sports Den signing off.
Catch you next time.